Hi, Presley. This is Layla, Jack's sister. I just wanted to say hello and congratulate you on your engagement. Oh, so you're Layla. I've heard about you from Jack. Thank you so much for your message. I'm so happy to hear from you. I've been wanting to meet Jack's family for a long time. I'd love to get to know you as well as Jack's other family members better. Maybe we can be friends. Well, don't get your hopes up. Actually, I don't have any plans to get to know you better at all. You're not worth my time. What? What did I do wrong? It's none of your business. There's a little pre-party planned before the wedding, right? I hope you don't expect me to show up. Yeah, that's what we have planned. I thought I already sent you an invite. I was looking forward to seeing you there. Forget about it. I definitely won't be there. I have better things to do than mingle with you. Oh, did you have something planned for that day? Maybe we can reschedule. Look, that's none of your business. Let's just say that I'm not feeling up for it. Actually, I can't stand the idea of being in the same room with you. What do you mean? I mean, I hate you because you're just a gold digger who's after Jack's money and fame. You don't deserve him at all. What? No, that's not true at all. I love Jack for who he is, not what he has. How can you say such a thing? Sure. And I suppose you're a saint, right? A perfect little princess who grew up in a happy home with a loving father. You probably had everything handed to you on a silver platter. Actually, no. I never knew my father. He left before I was born. My mom raised me by herself. It wasn't easy, but we made it through. Ha! I knew it! You're just a bastard child who doesn't belong in our family. You're not good enough for Jack. You should leave him alone and find someone else. I just feel sick thinking that someone who has an upbringing like you is waltzing into our family, pretending to be one of us. It disgusts me. You're an outsider and you always will be. Hold on. What are you talking about? Why are you being so cruel? Oh, don't play dumb. You really thought he was special, didn't you? Get off your high horse. Clearly, you never got taught your place. There are important, refined households like ours, and then poor folk like you who don't know the first thing about etiquette. You're a low-class nobody who doesn't fit in our world. Are you implying that I'm poor? Where did you get that idea? Not that it matters, but I'm not poor. Don't worry, I hear things. You were raised by a single parent, weren't you? Besides, you didn't even go to college and just started working after high school, right? Clearly, your household was so short on cash that you couldn't even go to college. Seems like someone was living a peasant life. You have no education or ambition. I don't think a person's worth is decided based on if they do or don't go to college. There are many ways to learn and grow in life. Stop trying to talk like you're smarter than me when you lack a proper education. You probably just graduated from some low-end high school and got some random job afterward. They do say that higher education directly relates to how much money you make after all. You're a loser who will never amount to anything. I don't want there to be bad blood between us before we've even met in person. But I want to set something straight. You probably just heard that I was raised by a single parent and started to judge me solely based on that. But are you sure that's the right way to go about meeting new people? How immature do you have to be to use preconceptions as a reason to not meet someone? You're being unfair and unreasonable. Hey, watch your words. I don't want to hear complaints from someone that clearly makes less of an income than I do. Excuse me, but I have a PhD in management and make 7 figures a year. I'm successful and powerful, unlike you. Sorry, but I don't think you're realizing how pathetic you sound from the immature comparisons you've been making. I guess the stereotype that rich people are all condescending is true. It just makes me sad for your sake at this point. You're insecure and unhappy, aren't you? Who do you think you're talking to? This is the reason why you poor folk have such a bad reputation. You probably rely on government support, don't you? You're a leech who lives off other people's hard work. I can clearly see why rich people have bad reputations too. Especially when all you've done is judge me from the second we started talking. You've said remark after remark with absolutely no proof to back things up. Isn't that exactly what educated people do? You're ignorant and arrogant, aren't you? Trust me, you'll regret making me your enemy. I'll make your life hell. Look, I was trying to be nice from the very beginning. If anything, you're the one that's trying to make it so that we don't get along. Why can't we just be civil? Just be a good wife to my brother and stay quiet. Don't interfere with our family affairs. I heard that you're 3 years older than me, so I expected you to be someone that's mature about their beliefs. But I suppose I couldn't have been more wrong. Seems to me that I was the more mature one. You need to grow up and stop being so petty. Be quiet. I was opposed to you marrying my brother from the very beginning, and I have no obligation to get along with you just because you're now part of the family. I will not be attending your party. I don't care about your feelings or your wedding. I'm sure everyone wouldn't be too pleased to hear that. I mean, the whole point of the pre-party is for both of our families to get to know one another. Don't you want to be part of this celebration? I don't want to repeat myself again, but I do not intend to get all buddy-buddy with you at all. I feel sick just thinking about it. Besides, I'm busy every single day working at my 5-star beauty salon as the manager. Though I suppose you wouldn't understand what it takes to lead a business. I do envy how much time poor folk like you have, though. Anyways, that's that. I will not be showing my face to the party. In fact, I don't have plans of going to the wedding either. I'd rather die than see you happy. Do you realize how selfish you're sounding right now? Jack and I have been organizing everything regarding this wedding, and we've spoken about it to both our parents. Layla, please discuss this with your brother. He deserves to know how you feel. Hi, honey. How are the wedding preparations going? Hi, Mom. The wedding preparations are going well. We've booked the venue, the caterer, the photographer, and the band. We've also sent out invitations and picked out our outfits. That's wonderful, sweetie. I'm so proud of you. You've done so much work to make this day special. Thanks, Mom. I couldn't have done it without your help and support. You're welcome, honey. I'm always here for you. You know that, right? Of course, Mom. I love you. I love you too, honey. By the way, there's something I need to tell you. What is it, Mom? Well, you know Layla, Jack's sister. Yeah, what about her? She somehow managed to get my phone number and texted me earlier today. She did? What did she say? She said some horrible things about you and me. She called you a gold digger, a bastard, a whore, and other nasty names. She also insulted me for being a single mother and raising you alone. She said we were both trash and didn't deserve to be part of Jack's family. She threatened me to advise you to cancel the wedding or else she would make our lives miserable. What? That's outrageous! How dare she say that to you? How dare she say that to us? I know, honey. I was shocked and angry too. I tried to ignore her and block her number, but she kept sending me more messages. Mom, I'm so sorry you had to deal with that. You don't deserve to be treated like that. No, honey, I do have to apologize. I'm sorry for making you fatherless. I'm sorry for not giving you a better life. I'm sorry for not being able to protect you from people like Layla. Mom, stop it. You don't have to apologize for anything. You're the best mother anyone could ask for. You gave me a wonderful life. You raised me with love and care. You taught me how to be strong and independent. You're my hero, Mom. Oh, honey. Thank you for saying that. Mom, listen to me. Layla is just a bitter and jealous person who can't stand to see us happy. She doesn't know anything about us or our lives. She's just trying to hurt us and ruin our relationship with Jack. I know, honey, but it still hurts to hear those words from someone who's supposed to be your future sister-in-law. Mom, don't let her get to you. She's not worth it. Do you remember what we used to say when Dad left us for another woman? Yes, honey. We used to say that he was dead to us. Since that day, he has not cared about us even once. Not even his daughter, who was getting married. He has not even asked. Well, that's how I feel about Layla now. She's dead to me. Me too, honey. Mom, we don't need people like them in our lives. We have each other. We have Jack, our friends, and family who love us and support us. Yes, honey, we do. Mom, we're going to have a beautiful wedding and a happy marriage. Nothing and no one can stop us from that. Layla, when are you going to reply to my text messages with Jack? Are you still alive? Or are you just too cowardly to face us? What the hell? Are you hoping for me to die? Ugh, I feel nauseous with all the texts you and Jack sent me. I can't stand your annoying texting for the past few weeks. You've been bothering me with your fake kindness and your silly updates. The amount of texts you two are sending was driving me crazy, so I finally replied, "Are you satisfied now, or do you want more of my attention?" Thanks, I appreciate that you're a busy woman, but not too busy to be rude and hateful. Anyway, I've made myself clear. I'm against the idea that a poor nobody like you with a single parent is going to marry my brother. And I still have no intention of going to your wedding. You're not welcome in our family. It's true that I grew up with a single mother, but my mom raised me with love and care. She's a better parent than you'll ever be. But you didn't make it to college, did you? You're just a quitter with no future. I had a different career path that I wanted to take after high school. My mom has nothing to do with the fact that I didn't go to college. I don't regret my decision. I'm happy with my life and my choices. You chose a different path in life because you didn't have the grades to have a higher education, right? You're just a loser who couldn't make it. Besides, I didn't grow up in a poor household. You don't know anything about me or my background. I'm sure your idea of the poor is very different from mine. It's called perspective. Ever heard of it? I hope your excuse for not being poor is that you had a roof over your head. You're so pathetic and clueless. Of course I had a house growing up, and it was more of a home than yours ever was. You just want to marry Jack because he'll be next in line to the head of our company after my father, right? You are just a gold digger that got close to my brother for the money. But I can see right through your plans. You're just a parasite who wants to bleed our family dry. I never planned on taking any money from the very beginning. I love Jack for who he is, not what he has. I need to have a serious talk with Jack about choosing women and how he ended up with a penniless woman like yourself. He needs to get on my level when it comes to choosing partners. You see, I've been thinking about marriage too lately. Oh, congratulations. I hope he's not as terrible as you are. He is 5 years younger, but he's very charming. It seems like he can't get enough of me. And to top it off, he gets a very large salary working at an elite company that his father is in charge of. Though I don't really care about money, I'm the head of a 5-star salon after all. But he definitely deserves to be a part of our elite family with a personal history like that. He even went to Cambridge. He's an elite businessman that went to Cambridge? I think you're lying. Or maybe you're just crazy. Oh, trust me, when you're as rich and important as I am, men like that flock to you. My eyes can just tell if someone is successful. Then again, I suppose successful people just attract other successful people naturally. I'm planning on introducing myself to his parents on the day of your wedding, so don't take it personally that I won't be showing up. Not like I go to your wedding even if I was free. Oh, it's a real coincidence that you're doing that on the same day as our wedding. Or maybe you're just trying to dodge us. Well, he kept asking me to marry him, so I just agreed. It's hard being a successful woman like myself, especially when so many rich men want to date you. Right. So I guess you really won't be attending our wedding then. Good riddance. Why don't you just call off your wedding altogether? I mean, my family thinks so highly of me that I don't know if they'd want to show up with me being absent. I've actually told some of my close relatives that I'm against the whole thing, you know? Excuse me? You did what? I've told my cousins and uncle that you're just a gold digger trying to get our family's fortune after all. I'm sure by now they think of you as some sneaky little thief, only doing this for the money. You told them what? No wonder Jack's family didn't respond to any of my texts either. You've been spreading lies and rumors about me. Do you get it now? We live in a totally different world than you do. You and your mother don't deserve to step on the same pedestal as equals in a wedding. I mean, what if someone thinks we're also in the working class too? I understand. It seems like you're immature to the core. Speak for yourself. Seems to me that you were trying to take all of our fortune, and I caught you right before you could. No wonder you sound stressed. Could you just hurry up and call off the wedding so we could cut all our ties already? I don't want any one of my relatives to think that they have to pretend to be family with you. What if your bad luck rubs onto us? You better not show yourself at the wedding, or else. Huh? Why are you telling me not to come now? Isn't this where you should be begging me to show up? Well, it's clear to me that we could never get along. You were rude to my mom, calling us poor and uneducated, and didn't listen to anything I had to say. Anyway, I'll be taking you off the list of invites to the wedding, since I know you'll just ruin the mood. Great. I'm glad we can finally get this over with. But remember, I wasn't lying about being popular in my family. If I don't go, I wonder how many people will show up. And if you make me your enemy, I'm sure my family won't be happy with that either. I hope you'll enjoy the consequences. Anyway, I have more important things to do than talk with some second-class scum. Like planning my wedding with the love of my life. Hey, Presley. How's the wedding going? I hope my family isn't giving you too much trouble for me not being there. What do you want? I thought you had no time for someone like me. I just wanted to check in and see how things are. It must be quite chaotic there. I'm sure you could cut the tension in the air with a knife. I'm rooting for you, though. Thanks for the concern. Weren't you supposed to meet your boyfriend's parents today? Oh, that was sorted last week. Unfortunately, something came up, so I couldn't make it to your wedding. You know how it is, a busy woman here, unlike someone. Oh, I see. Managing a 5-star salon keeps me on my toes. It's a different world, and you wouldn't understand. Sorry, Layla, I need to go now. The wedding is about to start. You know, I work with importing and exporting cosmetics as well. Oh, that sounds stressful. It is, but we just got a big offer from a high-end brand called Teresa. It's a big deal, you know. Well, congrats. Being at this level, I'll be mingling with more VIPs, especially since the company's boss is attending a wedding today. I was actually planning on showing up uninvited to leave a good impression. Actually, that's my wedding, because the head of Teresa is my mom. And if you remember, you're not invited anymore. Wait, what? Hold on, say that again. You're the daughter of the head of Teresa? But the person I talked to about the project was a completely different person. Simply because the person you met is just my mother's secretary. Why does my mother have to come to you in person just to discuss this little project? And didn't you notice the address and the dates on the invitation that I gave you? I'm surprised you didn't think something was weird that both weddings were on the same day. I threw it away without reading it. Because your name was on it. Figures. I can't believe you would just show up to a wedding uninvited. I was just going to drop by with my boyfriend and say hi to my client. He's going to be my next secretary after all. So I thought it would be good if he had a chance to talk to Teresa there and make a good impression, right? Well, you've made a terrible impression on me. I've told Mom about the things you've said to me. She knows that you had no interest in coming to my wedding And she's seen all of the awful things you've said about my upbringing. Hey, that was all just a joke, okay? I didn't even know your mother owned a business. Well, if you had come to the pre-wedding party to greet everyone, maybe you would have figured that out. I told you that I work managing a high-end salon, didn't I? You could have connected the dots and told me. But anyway, this is great news. The fact that you've joined our family means that I have a direct connection with Teresa. This will benefit my company a lot. Actually, Mom said that she's not going to collaborate with you anymore, and that she has no interest in working with your brand. Wait, what did you just say? She can't do that. We've already made plans and agreements. Well, she changed her mind after seeing how you treated me and Jack. Besides, she said that it would be too risky to collaborate with you anyway. How would it be risky? Well, for starters, you have a terrible ego, and you always put yourself first. Not only that, but after doing some research on your company, we found out that you've been bankrupt before. You had been borrowing money from your own father just to keep your brand alive. And she decided that it wouldn't be wise to work with someone as unreliable as you are. How did you find out about that? Well, after I finished high school, I studied abroad in Europe to learn about marketing. Now I'm working under my mom and handling all the marketing for Teresa, as well as doing extensive research on our potential partners. You're kidding, right? No, I'm not. And I did thorough research on your company as well, which I sent to my mom. There must be some mistake. That's not true. We're not actually bankrupt. My father loaned me that money out of his own pocket so our company wouldn't suffer. And we can always just say that we have Teresa products in stock in our marketing and get more customers that way. You're so naive. You don't even realize that borrowing money from your own father counts as being bankrupt. And you don't even care that you're lying to your customers. I'm sure your father was the one who built your brand in the first place, right? Aren't you ashamed that you've barely done any work yourself, and yet you act like you're so important? And I wonder how long your father will keep supporting you. Wait, if my father stops supporting me, my company will be over. And if Teresa cancels the collaboration, we'll have no choice but to close down for good. So please, I'm begging you to ask your mother again to reconsider the collaboration. I apologize for everything I've done, so please forgive me. Presley, this company is my life. So please, I need you to help me out. I don't think that's possible. Wait, no, we'll be fine. My boyfriend is an ex-Cambridge student who is an elite businessman, soon to be my secretary. He'll be able to come up with a smart plan to get us out of this mess. I'm sure of it. You mean the son of that high-end business owner? The one who's 5 years younger than you? Yes, we're going to get married soon. I'll let you in on a secret. Your boyfriend's father is actually bankrupt himself and has an awful habit of cheating with multiple women. And to top it off, that boyfriend of yours is a serial gambler that loves to lie about things he doesn't actually have. Wait. There's no use lying about things like that. So you are actually getting tricked by the type of person you hate the most? Poor and lacking in power. Hold on. Why do you even know about all of that? Well, that's simple. That father that we were talking about is actually my father. And your fiancé is my stepbrother. You're making this all up. How could you be related to him? Didn't you say your father passed away? When he lied to me and my mother, he was dead to me. Anyways, while I was researching your company, I also did a background check on you, which led me to information about your fiancé, where I learned that both of them were manipulative people. They were only just planning to get close to you to steal your money from the very beginning. I can't believe this. My father left our family to marry the woman he was cheating with. And then he had a child with that woman, still not being able to get a job, resulting in him begging my mom for money. He wasn't even paying child support. Tell me this is all a lie. How did I get wrapped up in this? How could I possibly be taken advantage of? If you don't believe me, then why don't you do some of your own research? That fiancé of yours doesn't have an education past middle school and has no work experience either. You're making all of this up. Anyways, I really need to get going. The wedding is going to start any minute. Oh, and your father told me to mention that you should prepare for a call later tonight. I'm sure he has a lot he wants to say. And in regards to our collaboration, you'll receive a notification when it has officially been canceled. So look out for that as well. Wait, Presley, please. We're family now, right? Could you do a favor for your older sister? I don't think so. Please, you have to help me out. I was in the wrong. I apologize for everything I've done, so please forgive me. Presley, I'll lose everything. I think this is what they call karma. Let's enjoy it. How fitting, Layla, who was accusing me of bringing her bad luck, lost all of her financial support from her father and a golden opportunity from my mother. Naturally, her company went bankrupt. And to make matters worse, my father and stepbrother, who were trying to scam her for money, started pestering her for cash too. And now I know the exact address where my father has been hiding. My mom has hired a top-notch lawyer to demand the child support payment he unlawfully skipped for years. Meanwhile, my mom and I have grown closer than ever. She's so proud of me for working hard and being successful in marketing. She's also happy that I married Jack, who's a wonderful husband and a great partner in our family business. She even gave us a generous wedding gift, a beautiful house in the countryside where we can relax and enjoy nature.